Hello my friends, welcome to Home and Garden. So each month I am going to give you an update tour of my front yard and also my backyard garden. And today is already the first week of June of 2023 and it's time for me to give you the update garden tour for my front yard. So this is the full picture of my lower garden. This is still on the front yard and I do have two levels of my garden, and this is again along my driveway, and that with the stairs is towards the second level of my front yard. So here with this retaining wall, this is actually the flower raised bed. So here I have actually in this spot I have the geranium, and I do have irises, lilies that I use them as a border, and all the way from this end of this retaining wall all the way to the front is all dwarf lilies. So as you can see, that's all the lilies, and I am so excited to give you an update soon because they're about to bloom, and all these flower buds, it's gonna be either white or pink. And this one I use them as my border because they don't really grow tall, and that is a good choice so that I have a nice bloom of different color on the front yard. So this purple flower over here is still my rhodie, they're still blooming. And again, this is my raised flower bed along the driveway, and I still have all these bushy flowers or the hellebores. And again, this is my side of my front yard. So here I have all the hostas planted on this side, and also Virginia, Rose Campion, and Columbine, and also the blue flowers are still my irises and still doing good. And along with that is the upright or the tall Asiatic lily, and here's all my Columbine. So this is actually a full view of my other side of my front yard garden, and as you can see, that's the stairs, and I have all these ferns that planted on the upright side of my garden, and the pink bloom there are azalea, and we are going to take a closer look later on. I have the border of all my evergreen bushes, and that big bush in this side, they are all the rhodie. So here is the full view of my front yard, and I'm actually taking this and walking along the street, and that's what my front yard look like. So a lot of the azaleas still in bloom. All the pink and red, they are all azalea, and I have this purple blooms, that's the common heather, and I use that evergreen bush as my border, and it's about time actually to trim them and make them circle around again. And that is my Japanese maple, and there's a two-way on how to get to my front yard. This is the side pathway, and I still have this beautiful Japanese maple, and then next to it is the azalea. It's a red azalea that's already done blooming. So here are my irises, a combination of all colors. I have purple, dark purple, yellow, and I have also the hydrangea in between, and on that side I have the light purple irises. So here is the palm tree, and I still have all of these hellebores that's still in bloom. They're actually almost done, and they're about to reseed, and that's how they look like when they mature. So I have this phlox, that's going to be the next one that's going to be blooming soon, and I alternate the evergreen bush with the fox and also the hellebores. So that's how they look like in the front. And here I have all this rhodie. They are done blooming on this side, but going towards this stairs, because this is the access, the second access to go to the second level of my front yard. And this one here is the rhodie. It is a beautiful blue pink rhodie, and I have geranium on the bottom. And then the borders that I use here are the big leaf Virginia. And I have two sides that I add, so then when they flower, I have like pink flower on each side. So here's again the stairs, and I do have a mirror like of this azalea that's blooming right now. I have this small evergreen tree in the middle, and all the ferns are still doing good. This rhodie is already done blooming, so we're going to check it out, the other bushes and plants that blooming at this time. So again, that is the rhodie that's planted to this side of my stairs, and I have a mirror-like Virginia that's planted on the sides of this stairs. And checking the second level of my front yard, here is again the beautiful azalea. They are blooming very nice and plenty at this time. That's the close-up look, and I hope you enjoyed this beauty of this azalea. And then when they're done blooming, we have to start deadheading them and make them neat and round. So towards here, this is more of my rhodie, and look how beautiful is this bloom. It's all the way here actually in the bottom, and then towards to this on the very top of the bush, and it's all a beautiful blooms, and look at that beauty. So here, this is actually the pathway that's going to the stair side, and this is the pathway in the side of my house. So I have this center garden for the front yard, and this is actually, I'm standing on the second level of my front yard. So you can see all this pink, beautiful bloom. This is mostly the azalea, and also that one on that side is the rhododendron. And I am going to give you a quick look towards to that side, so you can see all that purple and pink color flowers. That's the mix of azalea and also the rhodie. So here we go towards to the center garden. I still have all this beautiful English ivy and also the hostas. And also here I have all this azalea. It's actually a mix of white and pink. You see all these beautiful blooms, and that's a lot. So let's take a quick closer look of all the plants and how they're doing. And all this hydrangea, this is a bush hydrangea. They're still not blooming. They're still under flower buds. As you can see, there's a tiny buds on each new shoots. And I have all this border of the Virginia and also the hellebores. So that white azalea, they are done blooming, and it's ready to deadhead. And here's again the update of all the hostas that I have here planted on the side of my garden. And then towards that side is going to the street and also side garden, and I'm going to give you a quick tour on that as well. So towards here, I still have all this beautiful azalea. And the rhodie, clematis on the vine, and I have all these daylilies still not on bloom, and that's my upright lilies, and they are actually darker red. And here I have hibiscus still not in bloom, and then that's actually about July. And that pink color there is the azalea, and I have a mirror like on that side and here. And then towards here, this is the mountain laurel. They're not in bloom yet. They're about to. They're still under flower buds, but all the way in this side, you can see all this red flowers. That's the mountain laurel. So this is my water illusion fountain that we made with the cement bridge, and I have all this decoration. The hostas is still doing good. I have hostas on the ground as well, and I have that plant is the rose campion, and here is the view from the very top of these rocks. I have the pink bloom is the azalea. Let me just give you a quick tour on that, and you'll enjoy the beauty of this pink double bloom azalea. So here is the double bloom azalea. On my last tour for my front yard tour is still in their flower buds, but look now and how beautiful they are. It's all around this bush. It's all flowers. They look like a roses, isn't it? It's all the way in the bottom. And then the background, the ground cover, is the English ivy. So that's the full view of my front yard garden. And still, my Japanese maple is still doing good. And let's take a look of all these bearded irises. And look at that. They're so beautiful. The yellow one. And here, a close-up look of the pathway with all this beautiful azalea. And look at this red bloom. Can you see all of that? There are double bloom and they're so beautiful. So that is my border towards this side pathway. And I still have more azalea, and then this pink bush here, this one is the common heather. And more azalea in here. So let's check the other plants that blooming in this side of my garden. This is still on my front yard. This is the azalea. And I have all these lilies that still under flower buds. And I'll give you another tour for that, just to focus on all the lilies in my front yard. And here is the side garden with all these beautiful blooms, and you can see this one is the rhodie, the pink bloom, similar flower that I have on the front yard stairs. Can you see it? And there's another azalea, and it's full of pink flowers. Next to it is actually the honeysuckle, and I do have two kinds of honeysuckle that's planted in my garden. And here, this is the mix of yellow and pink, and this is actually a big bush that needs to be trimmed. And next to it on this side garden is also a honeysuckle that bloom pink and white, a mix of yellow as well, and they are really good. The scent is so nice. And again, this is the update view of my side garden. So I'm standing next to the upper gate, and this is what the other plants are doing. The daylilies is still not on bloom, and we are going to give you another tour for that, just to focus with all my daylilies that's planted in my garden. And here is the other azalea that's planted on the side of my garden. So here it is next to the deck, the front yard deck, and as you can see, all this upright flower here are the bearded iris. They are so beautiful. Look at that. I have two kinds of bearded iris that planted here, which is this color and also this one. So again, that's the upper level of my front yard, and you'll see all these beautiful blooms. And here on the deck area are some of my succulents, hanging one, and also in the pots. I have hydrangea on the side, and there's more. This is the ice plant, and they have an orange bloom. And from the deck, this is the view of my front yard garden. Okay, that big purple bloom is the clematis. I have a combination of two vines that planted on this pergola, and that top one that you are looking right now, that is a red vine grapes. And you can see there's actually some fruit buds there, and there's a lot more on the other side of the vines. So that's again the front yard update for June of 2023, and I'm still going to give you more updates, and I'm doing this for at least once a month and showing you how my garden looks like for each season, so you can see that all of this, they don't really bloom at the same time. And of course, you don't want to plant a plant that bloom at the same time unless you are doing a border, and they will bloom at the same time. So for you to enjoy its season, you can add a different kind of plant that's blooming, and it's not blooming at the same time. So you will also enjoy each month or each week you have a different plant that's blooming. Look at this flowers. I have everything on the ground. And here again, I have the pink and red flowers. That's the mountain laurel, and that's all my azalea. So sidewalk garden. This is all the azalea bush with the pink flowers. Okay, so make sure to hit your notification bell, and also if you don't subscribe yet, to make sure to subscribe, because I have more flowering plants that coming and blooming soon, like this dwarf lily. They are already in their flower buds, and then this upright lily and daylilies are already flowering soon. So that's gonna be my next video, and I want you to enjoy that video and see all these beautiful blooms. So that's a quick view of my raised bed garden next to the front yard. And that's how they're doing at this time. It's June of 2023, and by next month, all this lily that you are looking right now, they're gonna be blooming. So again, this is the update of my plants in the front yard. Okay, my friends, so I hope you will continue to support my blog. I am doing all my best to update a beautiful garden like this and plant more beautiful plants. For now, this is all the plants that bloom in my yard, and this is how my front yard look like. So I hope you enjoy our front yard garden tour, and also again, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also hit your notification bell so you will be updated to all my new videos, and I'll see you on my next vlog. You take care.